Hey friends, so we are going to start a new course called API logging, and it deals with the logging strategies of MuleSoft. So this is the agenda of this course. I'm going to start with the introduction of the course, and after that we will discuss about the log levels and category. What is log level and category? What is important of them, and what is the correct logging strategy from the MuleSoft so that the support team can have the better visibility of the logs and they can troubleshoot the issue, they can fix the issue as soon as possible. And then we talk about HTTP logging policy, and then about audit logs and system logs, and we talk about Cloud Hub logging configuration, and we see Log4j XML, and we see how to configure appenders in Log4j XML, and finally logging framework like JSON logger. So it covers the entire concepts of logging in MuleSoft. In MuleSoft interviews, logging is one of the primary concept the interviews will ask. So this course will cover all the information related to logging so that you can answer the question quite comfortably. And starting with the introduction, why logging is important in any enterprise application. Not only MuleSoft, logging is there in all kinds of enterprise applications. What is the significance of logging? What happens in logging? What happens if you don't log properly? So most of you guys have idea logging is kind of recording the events, and the primary reason is logging is not for developers. Logging is for the support team. So when a ticket rises, the support team need to have the information what happens, what is the issue. So for that, they need logs, right? So logs are the primary source to troubleshoot the issues. Whenever the issue occurs, people will go to log and see the reason behind that issue, right? So for that, MuleSoft need to adapt proper logging strategy. You need to log the proper information. So that information is useful to support team to fix the issue. We should log a proper information, right? If you log everything like username and password, that leads to security flaw. Therefore teams need to be take care when logging any sensitive information, right? So as a MuleSoft architect or senior developer, as a developer, you need to have the better idea how the logging works in the MuleSoft and how to optimize your logging strategy and all those concepts so that you can design and develop better applications using MuleSoft. So this is about API logging, and we will discuss about the first concept is log levels and log category. If you configure a MuleSoft logger component, you will encounter this log level and log category. What is log level and what is log category is a very basic concept you to understand before configuring the log component. So in log levels, there are different kinds of log levels like trace, debug, info, warn, error. So what is this log level? Log level defines severity of the log statement, how significant it is, right? So you can categorize the log statements based on the severity. Like very high severe log statements, you categorize the error statements and warning statements and information statements and debug statements and trace statements, right? This is a sequence. Then why we need to define? Okay, what's the reason we need to define the log statement, severity log statement? The reason is you can enable or disable these levels. So I want to log only error statements. I don't want warning, info, debug, trace. I want to see only error statements. In that case, you can put the log level as error so that your application logs only error statements. You want warning an error. You don't want info debug and trace. Then if you put the log level as 1, the application logs only one and error, right? Likewise, you need to set what kind of severity you want to see, what kind of logs you want to see. According to that, you need to set your logger level. By default is info, means if you set as logger level as info, you can see info logs, warning logs, and error logs. You don't see the debug logs and trace logs. Then what is important of debug logs? Why you put debug logs? So we what we do is debug logs are quite extensive, right? So we configure the debug logs and we put error log as the info in case we need a detailed log. Then we set that as a debug so that we can see debug, info, warning, and error. Right? We see in the demo session so that you can clearly understand in when you observe demo. As of now, you can keep in mind that log level is the severity of the log statement that you want to see in the log file, right? So this is sequence. According to that, you can see the log statements in your log file. See, but it's the default logger configuration of a logger component in MuleSoft. What message you want to log, that message you will do over here, and what level, the level information we go over here, and what category. Next, we see the category of the log. And we do first, we execute the demo on the log levels in the next session. And next, we see the category theory, and next, we will demo on the category log category also. Okay. So as of now, thank you so much. We will see the demo on the logger level in the next session. Thank you.